I don't need a mic here, yeah?
No, it should come through the webcam.
Thank
So as long as you kind of like.
project.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. All right, hello everybody. 1 second here, we're just getting set up and we'll start class in just a couple minutes here. Working on your branding today. So we'll use this as a time block to get all your branding set up, figure out what your branding should be, what elements should you have in place to make sure that you have a consistent brand across all of your platforms, and also what are your resources in order to leverage this or to get this done for free if you need additional free help after this. Okay, so first of all, the Keller Williams Ballantyne internal website is kwbresources.com. This is a great website to bookmark. Of course, you can just do that by clicking on, depending on what browser you're in, I'm in Chrome. So clicking on the star on the far right will allow you to favorite any of these resources I show you. Just to show you your free resources here, of course, marketing help, you can book with us every other week. So if you hear something I'm saying in class and then want to book with us so that we can help you implement it, again, it's for free. The Market Center pays for it, right? So you can book and we will help you with that. Right? We'll help teach you how to implement it. I also just want to point out that the training calendar is on this home page. And if you view the training calendar, like if you view kwbresources.com from your mobile device, you really just see this training calendar. I just want to point out that this class is every Thursday from 12:30 to 1:30. It's a different topic each week with the goal of getting you more referrals from your sphere. Okay, we've done this for the past almost 15 years, helped over 100,000 Keller Williams agents worldwide, supported them and helped them implemented their brands. So we know the exact strategy to teach you. And each week we teach it in a class and you can see what the topic is. I'll post it on the KW Facebook each week, but also the topic is right here. So you can see what it is each week. And the goal being, if you go to about 4 of the classes, that you have your system set up to get you more referrals from your sphere. So again, just clicking on the day, each Thursday, you'll see it at 12:30 and you'll be able to see what the topic is. So next week, we'll go ahead and get all your listing marketing materials set up. And the goal of each class is for you to walk away with those systems and elements set up. So yes, learning, but also actually doing it. Hey, how are you? Actually implementing those things as well. Okay, so you can always find the class topics here, right from KWB resources on the training calendar, so you can see what the class is each week. And then of course, book additionally with us on marketing help. All right, one more thing I do want to show you guys is also when you click on marketing help, just a heads up, we do have leverage around any of this. So if you want us to do that for you, of course, you can come up to real estate marketing and just click on the branding and look through what we have. We are happy to guide you on what would be the best investment for your business at this point, depending on where you are. So you can meet with us and we can chat about that further. Last free resource for you guys that is just one of the best things for you guys to know with the KW Tech and Marketing, answers.kw.com, another bookmark worthy site. This has the how-tos on everything with your KW Tech, from Canva to KW Command. Let's say if you want to send an email or if you want to create a listing piece, right, in Canva, right? All you need to do is search the key term. Let's say if I search Canva here, it'll pull up all the help articles on how to, you download a Canva design and use with command, right? Or how to log in. So really anything that you need, answers.kw.com will give you that. And I love this, it has screenshots that walk you through it as well, like moving screenshots, which really helps as well. All right, so for today's class, what we're going to be doing is a couple things. So we're going to be going through and actually creating your email signature today. So if you want, Scott Lorry Marketing, as you know, has a default one in there. We're going to try to match that to your brand, figure out what your brand should be. We're going to talk about your logo as well and make sure that you have matching social media covers that match your email signature, because it's important that we're seeing the same brand across all social. Right, real estate is a pretty saturated market, so your brand is really important, that they can recognize you, that you're a business and you're not just someone who, you know, is a school teacher on the side, but also dabbles in real estate. There's like half of realtors that do that. That's not someone I want to work with. I want someone who's fully into it, right? like you are. So establishing that brand gives that exact brand authority. And I'm also going to have you guys create a social media post to announce your brand, and also make sure that your biographies are SEO optimized. So for search engines across Instagram is slightly different than Facebook, is slightly different than your website. So I'll show you how those should look and how to implement it. Okay. So first thing that we're going to do is go into Canva to start working on our email signature. So canva.kw.com, right, gives you pro access to Canva. So canva.kw.com, since you're a KW agent, right, you get access to all the pro features. And when you log in, it's just going to be your command login and password to go ahead and access that. Just put in the code here. So canva.kw.com, you'll see it's KW branded, which gives you extra features, okay? So first of all, let me show you the KW branded templates. They're under here. On the right-hand side. Mouse. One second. We're going to click on the brand option on the left-hand side. So again, I'm in Canva, canva.kw.com. Click on brand on the left-hand side, and you'll see all brand templates. Okay, this is something specific to the KW account. So this is kind of those steps you kind of need to remember how to get to. These are all the KW created brand templates, okay? So if you are, right, wanting to lean into the reds and the blacks, right, to start out, a lot of agents do, right? It does have brand recognition and strength in that. Or just using these templates and converting it to your brand color is also a really great thing to do. So again, where I am, these steps you'll need to remember: brand and then all brand templates. These are KW branded specifically. And why these are also great is it has those the compliance parts of it, right? I will note the compliance parts are pretty small. I'll show you what they are so you can copy and paste it onto anything. But if you did want to, let's say, search email signature in the brand templates, now I'm going to show you how to look at the ones that are in here for the KW ones, and then all of them, and because I just find the KW ones to often be simplistic, but a little underwhelming in my design eye, and I don't even see that many email signatures here. Okay, but in general, brand templates is a section for listing marketing, right? You can search anything. There's postcards. So this is worth you looking through. Like, this is a video, right, that KW made for you. And I can show you this towards the end of class because this isn't as much what we're doing. I do have a video class and I can meet with you too. Yes. Because it's really, this can create videos for you. There are clips of people in there or buyers and sellers. So you don't need to take the video as much as you need to learn your free resources that can make it for you. So remind me, I can always come back to video if that's something that's interesting to you, which it is a big one. But I would recommend for this, let's go back home. I just really would prefer to look through. Canva has incredible templates, and I want to show you your access to all of those. So from home, this is another kind of key thing you'll need to remember. Change it from your designs to templates. So like, right, it's asking if you want to search your designs you already made or the Canva templates. So we always click home and templates here, and let's go ahead and search real estate email signature. Let's see what comes up for that. Okay. Now these are all completely editable and all accessible to you since you have Pro, which is awesome. So if you want to scroll through and see if any speak to you, the idea would be, and we're going to figure this out together, all right? If you see a layout in general that speaks to you, we're going to be able to change the colors and identify what your colors should be for your brand, and also what your font should be here. There are so many that it's almost overwhelming, like how many there are, because there are really great options. If you want any suggestions, I can give you that, but really just scrolling through, right? Trying to think about, okay, and we'll talk about this more. What's your niche? And
No, so I have a question. So
Please.
I had one created, right?
Uh-huh.
The only thing I didn't like about it is that it didn't have links. So I want to be able to
Oh, great
for
question.
people to click on it and just go directly, because that's
Great question. So yeah, if you didn't hear that question online, it was a great one. It was, how do I make this clickable? Right, so you've seen clickable
Yes.
email signatures. Okay, so that's a two-part answer. So first of all, these right here they're downloaded as a picture file.
Mhm.
So we would be able to link this to one link, right? Or put something under it that says click here. What you're talking about though is called a HTML email signature that's clickable. All the links are clickable.
Yes.
Those are available. They're typically like $99, or there are like Wise Stamp. I think, let me just show you this one site that does it for free. It's just kind of like a plain email signature. I think it's called Wise Stamp. Let me see. Yes. So this is again kind of a next level thing you could look into, right? I've seen this done before. This would just make Wise Stamp makes it clickable like this kind of.
Yeah.
But see how it's less design forward and it's going to be more functionality forward, which is obviously good. However, another option is that we use instead as a workaround is, so we would typically make this email signature clickable for your website, right? Because that's the main thing.
Yeah.
And then you can technically either add links under it or even buttons, like we could make a little button that would say leave a review.
Yes.
So that's the workaround I like, so I get both, best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Okay.
That works.
So really for now, and even if you don't find one that you absolutely love, clicking on one to open it and get an idea of what your brand will be very helpful, even if you don't end up on this one. Okay, and you'll notice if you click on one, it gives you similar suggestions, which I really like. All right, but you can just simply click customize this template. Okay. So now looking at your email signature, especially if you already have a business card that you like, right? Pulling up your business card in a separate tab might be helpful so we can match the brand colors and optimize it from there. If you're starting fresh, or if you just got like an agent store business card, right? You probably didn't have much of your own personal brand, and that's totally fine on the first business card, right? Our goal is to get those out, not to have it exactly your brand. However, the first thing I usually do is, okay, let's obviously change it to your name. So then we can discover what font perhaps looks best with your name and what fonts you want to portray with your brand, okay? There are three main fonts that you'll want to take a look at. And that is one script, right? So you can like handwriting or like a signature feel. So like a signature feel, right? And of course, if you click on your name, you can come up here on the left and change your font, okay? You can just simply search by script, right? Or I can suggest the most popular scripts that are used by agents. Brittany is one of them. Moontime would be another. You can ask ChatGPT as well, and we'll do this for fonts that will match your brand, and we'll do that. Okay, but the main fonts that you'll want to take a look at, like I was saying, is script, then which gives a luxury feel, right? Or perhaps signature feel. Versus you'll see these kinds of fonts. See how they have the feet on the end, on the bottom? Like, do you see what I mean? Like on the bottom pages, right?
Yeah.
That gives a more timeless, traditional feel. And then the third font type would be more of a corporate feel, right? It would be more, so you see how these don't have feet, right? These are a little more modern. This would be the more modern feel, okay? So playing with your font combinations is really important. Typically, I like to put the name in a cursive, totally up to you, however. Some legible cursives that you might want to play with, right, would be Alex Brush is a good one. That's a little more legible. That is always the catch-22, right? Finding a legible font that fits your brand, okay? But again, analyzing, and we'll go through this with ChatGPT, so just kind of footnote in your mind, right? Do you want your brand to give a more timeless feel? Do you want to be viewed as a more modern agent or a luxury agent, right? The answer can't be two of those, right? I want you to just bookmark those in your head because we're going to go to ChatGPT and have it guide us in a second here. Okay, changing the colors. So fonts, are we comfortable with changing the fonts? Great, I'm gonna take no answer as an answer, okay. Changing then your title here, right? This needs to say for compliance, the state that you are licensed in, right? And then heads up, anytime you write your title as realtor needs to be in all caps. Okay, obviously this is all in all caps right now, but in general, if you're writing your title, it always needs to be realtor is a trademarked word, okay? So it needs to be in all caps with that realtor R.
And where do we get that R?
Great question. Do you have a Mac?
Yes.
Great, so your life is easy. You just do, if you have a Mac, you can do the realtor R by just doing option on the bottom left and R.
Oh, that was easy.
I know, right? If you have a number pad on your keyboard, you can do it too. Do you have a number pad on your?
I will get both.
You have both? You have a Mac or?
I get a Mac and I get a regular.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, if it has a number pad, I don't know if your home one does, but that one is, it's a weird shortcut. It's Alt on the keyboard. And then specifically on the number pad, 0174, release Alt, and it puts that R. I don't know why, but it's only the number pad, so it doesn't work up there. And again, that's Alt 0174. Last one, and I can always repeat these, or if you ask, ChatGPT, it knows these shortcuts. Emojis, the realtor R is in here as well. I don't, like on the Apple emojis at least. Let's see about this one. Yeah, okay. You just search registered.
Yeah.
And then there it is. So if you're on your phone, you can always pop it in. It's in emojis. That is in compliance if you're writing like your title.
And do you need to write broker realtor? Because I was just using the realtor, North Carolina realtor.
I think just realtors should be fine. So where I would go to check that question, just so you guys know where it is, I bookmarked this the compliance guidelines. Okay, so KWV resources, under office resources, you'll see advertising guidelines. And this is where we get all the KWV logos, and it tells you the guidelines like you're asking. This right here, this, are you guys good on what that password is? Capital.
Yeah.
Okay. Capital K to, right? No. Capital B, lowercase AMC 350. No exclamation mark, because the exclamation mark at the end is the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
They kill me with those passwords, And have we met, by the way?
My name is Dominic.
Dominic? Leah. I do the marketing.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
All right, so again, where I am, and this will be bookmark worthy, office resources, advertising guidelines, right? Now you'll see the guidelines right here, and these are the logo files. This is literally every single Keller Williams Ballantine logo, which we'll need. Those need to be on any listing pieces, okay? But the advertising guidelines, this is what I have bookmarked. And this will answer really all of your questions about how you should be branding. So first of all, this is a lot of words, okay? So what I usually do is Control F or Command F on a Mac, right? To search whatever I'm kind of looking for as far as the piece. And what you were asking if I have to put broker, right? Usually it's a little easier to search for NC agent must identify. I don't ever see people do that either though.
No.
Yeah.
I do typically see people do North Carolina broker / realtor, all caps, broker like this though. That's typically what I see. Whether you have to is a good question. I don't think you have to. But that might be more of a Tasha question.
Okay.
And I'll let you know if I find anything else.
I think you have to. Like 99% is just a realtor.
Yeah.
Some of them put in broker /
Right.
But it's like I was like in the necessary flexing, like a broker / realtor / spiritual advice.
Yeah, so true. Yeah, in some states they have to do it. Like New York has to say a salesperson. So but I have not heard that here. So you should be good. Yeah, I like the flexing though. Like you're the #1 realtor in all of.
You're not broker. I'm
this-
the realtor.
yeah.
I'm a salesperson.
I love that.
Let's go.
All right, you guys comfortable with how I got here? Because this is really good for you guys to know. Okay, so now we're popping back into, because yeah, you will want the KW Ballantine. You do need the KW Ballantine logo actually. And wait, so since I'm here, I'm just going to show you what those email signature guidelines would be. Because I believe we just have to add, there we go. So see, this is a lot more effective. If I search email signature, whatever you're trying to create, right? So we're saying, if you use a banner for the email signature, you must include the KW logo. So we'll grab that and this disclosure, okay? So we'll need to copy and paste or you can just type it in. Each office is independently owned and operated. to throw on the very bottom, and we'll also need to grab the KW logo. If you don't have that already added to your Canva account, you'll just need to click right here, download them to your computer. I do recommend, it's different colors is what you're looking at, like the all white one, the one that's red, you know, with gray writing. As many of them as you download, the better, because then it allows you to layer on the Canva designs, like over colors.
Okay, yeah, so question for you, so this is my current signature,
Uh-huh.
right, that Leroy did,
Yes.
and I kinda like it, right, the only thing is that I would prefer to use my colors instead of
No.
the.
It might be in your Canva account. Will you go
Oh,
on
okay.
Canva and let's look into your project? So
Okay.
the question for those of you online, right? Scott Leroy made an email signature for you upon onboarding. I believe that they do it in your Canva account. So if you want to check out those or even edit that one, right? Change your color from the home page, right? You can look instead in your
Under my
projects.
projects?
Yeah, it should. I would think that I've seen it before under
No.
projects, and I can always catch you up if you have a laptop. I mean, I can always show you where I got here if that would be helpful.
Gotcha, gotcha.
I don't see it there.
It's like that, but sorry, there was a arrow.
More, yeah, I went in there, there
Yeah,
wasn't
no.
anything, no.
And I really thought they put it in there.
No, I think they did it on their own, because
Okay,
they
maybe.
didn't ask me for my,
Login.
yeah, so.
Okay, so maybe they switched their process, that could be. Let's go home here. Okay, and if you guys are working on, okay, so what you should be doing right now if you're online, right? A couple things we need to do if you are creating this email signature, obviously changing out your contact information, right? Double click. That will allow you to put in your phone number. Right? So double click anywhere on the existing font and that will allow you to change it to your contact information instead. Right, how we want to add that text box to do the compliance, right? That each office is independently owned and operated. Right, you can either click text on the left-hand side to add a text box, or I really like shortcuts, so I'm going to share my shortcuts with you guys. If you don't like shortcuts, ignore me. Just T on your keyboard puts in a text box.
Oh,
I know.
just the T.
Just the T. You're just looking at it, it's just T. I know, it's beautiful. I really like shortcuts.
There we, oh my goodness.
It's like magic. And where we are is in canva.kw.com.
Oh, just, okay.
Yeah, and I'm happy to, I'll catch you up between. So canva.kw.com.
And so it's not there, so if it's not there, am I able to like copy?
And it won't be editable.
Oh,
Yeah, it might be, Canva can make PDFs editable, so it might if you make it a PDF, then I could try to help you figure out a workaround, or you could recreate
Okay.
it.
yeah, and I'm just
And we
not
could
to
do that
reinvent the wheel, cause I like
Right,
it,
I
just.
know, it's
Yeah.
about, you could ask them if they could send it to you.
Well, let me see if they
Forward
sent it
it.
to me, cause I know we were going back and forth.
And guys, what I'm doing is I'm resizing it, cause I don't, design wise, obviously, these kind of disclosures are not ideal. I typically make it, as you can see, 3 font. So all I did to do that is if you click on any of the fonts, you'll notice that like, a little cursor, a little circle pops up on the corner of the text box that you can pull it to make it as big or small as you want. Of course, when you are selecting the text box, you can of course adjust any of the font features at the top. So the top really changes based on what you're clicking, what element you're selecting will give you different toolbar options. Anyone?
You know, I try like, you're opening the regular camp. And I know I hit link, but I didn't save it.
I'm happy to help, like, we haven't met yet usually. It'll make a lot more,
I did the same.
it'll make a lot more sense.
There.
Awesome, and then really what we're doing is looking at email signatures, so if you wanna take a look, so default time or design, click on templates. And search real estate email signature, there's a bunch.
Gotcha.
So if I only have it as PNG, should I ask them to send it to me in another form?
You could convert it, I mean,
I can.
you want the
convert it?
editable link, ask them if they have the editable link.
Okay,
This, so they made it
Okay.
and you want the editable link. Okay, so now as far as changing out your photo on here. Right, of course, we wanna just get your photos into uploads on the left-hand side, and this is where we want your logo as well. There is the option to create folders, which I've been playing with since you played with that yesterday, Estella. The creating folders does really help. So you could come into the images zone uploads, right? Instead of uploading like the logo and your headshot into a folder, because you'll always need that, right? So maybe I'll create a folder here for my brand, something. And I'm gonna put the KW logos in here and my headshot. So again, how I got here is in uploads on the left-hand side. And it'll show you images right here, and you can go ahead and upload the images there, that's no problem. But just for some organization, if you want a folder, so you can, because you'll always need your headshot, you'll always need this KW logo. So we don't want it to get really bogged down, so you can go to the folders, create a folder for your brand. And then upload your headshot and the KW logos there. And if any questions online, feel free to shout them out or put them in the chat, and I'm happy to answer them.
Just browsing right now,
Okay,
checking, because I want to see like the specific KW designs, because the other
So-
one is just the Canva design. right?
Exactly. So how you get to the KW specific designs, I find it kind of hidden. If you can click on brand right here, and then all brand templates. Now it'll allow you to search. These are the KW specific templates.
Gotcha.
And they have the compliance guidelines. Another thing the KW one does is it links to the MLS, so you can pull in photos from the MLS and info directly from there, which is cool.
Yeah.
And we'll do that next Thursday at 12:30 if you're free. I'll show you how to do
Mhm.
that. To do the listing side of things. Question on what we're doing on the email signature. Adding your headshot and the logo. And then as far as adding your headshot, dragging and dropping to replace images is typically the easiest thing to do. So you can see if I drag and drop it, well, it should replace the existing one, but it looks like this element's over it, which is why. Okay, so I'm gonna just move this little circle here away so I can drag and drop into the image, so you can tell. And the KW designs frustratingly do this as well. If it ever doesn't drag and drop like that, see how easy it drag and drop, right? If it ever doesn't, it's because there's something over it, right? Like that, which is, it should have been, like the design when it was created, it should have been pushed back, but anyway. So that'll allow you to change out your headshot, and I know that was kind of next level instructions, so let me know if you need help. You can change any of your colors, right? By just clicking on the blocks and changing out the colors here. Now, if you're wondering, well, what the heck color should I have, right? What font should I use, right? There's a million colors, a million fonts, okay? Let's talk to ChatGPT about this, okay? So if you would like to dive into, I'm going to give you a script for how you can have it create your branding. So Gemini.google.com is the ChatGPT of Google.
Yep.
And you get the pro version for free with your KW email. Okay, so I'm very attached to ChatGPT. However, if you want pro for free, right, this can create unlimited images for you, analyze your contracts, unlimited uploads, right? Lots of great features in here. You just go to Gemini.google.com and sign in with your KW email specifically, and that'll give you the pro access.
So I want to ask them for the edible link, not edible.
Yeah, editable link. Yeah,
Editable,
exactly.
okay.
Yeah, if they have the editable link, they should be able to share it from you. I don't know what their systems are anymore though. On that. Okay. So Gemini.google.com. Okay. I do have now a script or like a prompt for this. So if you would like to follow me on one more goose hunt, or is that a phrase? Anyway, to get the prompt, it's on our website, which is JuLeahDesigns.com. I'll also throw this in the Zoom chat as well, so that you guys have it. But it's JuLeahDesigns.com. And then where it is if you hover over tools for KW agents and click on the marketing class tools. Again, I'll send this directly in the chat. Alright, this is just our, a note, like all of our class notes, right? Video scripts, branding, etc. See what's on there actually. The getting started is where I have the branding prompt. So again, on JuLeahDesigns.com, under tools for KW agents, you'll see marketing class tools. And I can send you guys any of this directly, just make a note. And under getting.
But it's accessible through your website. Okay.
Exactly, but if you can't find it or anything, just shoot me an email. Okay, so this right here, actually, this is not the prompt I was looking for, but this is good for you anyway, right? This gives you exactly what you should be doing for your brand. So that if you scroll down to the second one, this actually shows you exactly what we're doing in today's class, right? Making sure we have your color scheme, your logo, your email signature, your social covers, right? This gives you a checklist of all the things that you need to have to establish your digital presence, okay? But let me hang on 1 second. It's probably under the branding. Branding script is. Oh, guys, sorry, maybe not. Okay, so if you can open Gemini, I'm gonna ask you questions and you're gonna put in those answers and we're gonna have it come up with what your, it's gonna create your bio, but it's also going to create your color scheme and your font scheme and your brand in general. It can also then create your logo based on these questions that I'm going to prompt you with, okay? So in Gemini, so gemini.google.com, I want you to type in, help me create a professional real estate brand for an agent specializing in, now I want you to fill this in for yourself, it can be different than mine. Okay, where is your specialty area? Okay, is that the greater Charlotte area? Is that the Carolinas? Is that South Charlotte? Right, so when I started this business 13 years ago, I was like, okay, well if I niche down, if I niche down to South Charlotte, well then everyone else is going to think I can't help them, right? It's the lingering battle, right? But the reality of online digital presence is you will reach no one if your content is for everyone, right? So being the South Charlotte realtor, it doesn't actually, digitally, right? Your sphere can still use you and refer you, but online you reach, 10 times more people if you can niche down. So identifying.
Reverse psychology. No?
Yeah, I know, right? Right, because the hashtags, right? And I'll tell you how to build that. But now when I'm asking you these questions to put in, think about that, okay? So are you specializing in the greater Charlotte area? Carolinas, North and South Carolina, right?
So don't do county because then that's very broad.
County could be okay, right?
Yeah.
If you're Union
So
County,
I'm thinking
that's
like
great.
Union County, Mecklenburg
Yes,
County.
that's great. Anything that you can, if someone sees something and they're like, that's for me, right? I'm looking for only Union County. So I'm comparing now the Union County and Mecklenburg County realtor of choice versus the realtor that could help anyone with anything. Well, I want the specialist who knows my needs,
Yeah.
right? It's for me. So that's the feel. So I like Union County and Mecklenburg County. Mixing those keywords, people search that. That's the search engine optimization.
Yeah.
I love that. So yeah, if it's by county, right? That's great. South Charlotte area, Metro Charlotte area. There are other ways we can say that, okay? So now the next thing that I want you to put in is I want you to dig deeper. Who is your perfect client, okay? So what we're gonna write is, all right, so identify, is your perfect client a luxury client? Are they a first-time home buyer? Are they a family looking to upsize? Or perhaps they're looking to downsize, right? I want you to identify what is your perfect client, okay? So we're gonna put in targeting. Okay, now we can put home buyers and sellers, right? So is that investment? So I wanna say targeting home buyers and sellers who are growing their family. Okay, because for me personally, I have kids, so I would like to show on my socials all the great places that you can take your kids around the Charlotte area, South Charlotte, right? Because you're not just promoting owning a home, you're promoting an area.
Lifestyle.
Totally get it, yeah. All right, so targeting, then put in your ideal client. That can be investors if you want to throw that in there. Another great thing, if your goal is to help people grow their wealth, right? And that can be also, let's put in with the goals, let's do goals of, now I'm gonna give you some goal options. Helping people grow their wealth through real estate, creating a legacy through home buyers, creating security through owning a home. Is it creating a sense of family and community by owning a home, right? Community is the #1 indicator to happiness, right? So is it bringing people together? Is it helping them build a family? Any other passions I'm missing here? Okay, with the goal of okay. Let me see what questions I'm missing now. All right. This is a good one. Try to answer in one word what problem you solve, right? So Dave Ramsey, for example, solves the problem of debt. So would you say that you solve the problem of building wealth? That's 2 words, right? The one word's hard, but thinking about what problem you solve for them, right? I need a home and I have no idea how to do that, right? You solve the problem of being able to connect all the best resources, right? In the entire Carolinas, you're the #1 KW, right? I know it often feels like all these realtors are 10 times better than me because they've been doing it for years. The reality is you're at the #1 brokerage, and even if you don't know everything, you know the people, the best coach that's been doing it, the best the best finance, right? The best marketing. You have all those pieces, and that's what you're able to do is connect them to help them find a home, right? Make it possible for them, right? And that could be it, making it possible for the average person to buy a home. I very much feel like, or most people feel like, home ownership's out of reach, right? Okay, and then one more thing I want you to answer in this is this little thing. Is what do people say about you when you're not in the room? It's my Gemini. So highlighting. So the next one, let's do highlighting my strengths around. Okay, so what do people say about you when you're out of the room? I find it either caring for people, guiding them with resourcefulness, maybe. Are you great at keeping stressful situations calm, even if you don't know how to word it really? Chat will.
It knows what's in your mind.
It so does. It knows me better than I do. Okay, and last thing I want, the last sentence is I solve the problem of making home ownership, or whatever you solve, making ownership attainable for the average Carolinian, Charlottesian.
Okay. Hold on a minute. So it erased everything. I'm
No.
trying to retype it. Yeah.
Word.
Let's see.
And I know this is taking a second to put this all in, but it's gonna create everything based on what we're giving it. Video script to social plan. So we're gonna have a good plan walking away from here based on this.
Question,
Yeah.
like, you use ChatGPT, when you compare ChatGPT to Gemini, you see big difference? It used to be big difference between the X,
Yeah.
this, but how now? Because I'm kind of conservative with the ChatGPT. I'm thinking, like,
Well, Gemini I find is much superior on creating images, like.
I can tell, like the boom, and there's a legit picture, not just cartoonish.
ChatGPT, for the life of me, I cannot get it to look like me. Like, I will ask him many times, like, what can I do to make? Because I'm like, use me. Gemini will make it look like me, like it made my headshot.
Yeah.
So I find it's more superior on image creation. I don't use it for too much more than that. I will say ChatGPT definitely gets things wrong. Like, so fact checking it is like, I'll be like, wait, this doesn't look right. I'll be like,
Yeah,
you're totally right. Good job catching. I'm like, but why didn't you do that?
exactly.
So that is concerning. But other than that, that would be my main
Mhm.
comparison.
But are you using both, or you just stick with Gemini right now?
I use Gemini.
Because you, as a content creator, and you're constantly doing this.
I was so deep in ChatGPT before I got access to Gemini, so all my projects are set up, it knows me.
It's
So
hard to transit.
it is, I'm
I know.
attached.
Me too.
So I use Gemini for photos only though. I don't use ChatGPT anymore for photos. So that's how I'm using the two.
Got it.
And especially if you don't have ChatGPT Pro, right? If you don't want to pay $20 a month, using this for the pro features, like unlimited uploads, I love. Like if I have a contract and I'm like upload, I'm like, where can my clients be exploited in this? Analyze this and give it back to me in an email that I can explain it to them easily, right?
So that's a great point. So you uploading them, for example, the contracts, and
Yeah, I mean, so it's unlimited uploads, right? So I love that idea of being able to take the contracts, right, and putting it in, and then I do a couple things I can tell it to give it back to me in a way I can explain it to my clients.
Easy to explain, easy to understand.
Right, copy and paste into an email
No.
or in a text, because this is all 13 pages, right?
Yeah, forget about it.
Yeah, they're overwhelmed immediately, right?
That's
Or
what we did it.
or if you get two offers, uploading them both and giving it, like, it can make it
For me.
Wow.
And you can
This is
tell
the
it-
game. This is the
This
game.
is the game.
Yeah,
This
and
is the
you
game.
can tell it to act as a master at
Yes.
negotiation.
That is
Yeah,
key.
like,
Yes.
Like that part.
Great
Yeah.
point. I'm glad you brought that up, Estella. And that's what we did right here. Telling it how to act is really key. So we're telling it to act like a professional real estate agent here, right? But telling it how to act like a
The tone.
of a market
be
analyst.
nice, be kind, yeah.
Yeah, that helps. And analyze
Be more human.
Be opposite than me. That's good, that's good.
Yeah.
That's
Tell
fine.
my-
Cool,
yeah.
love it.
Okay, so final thing, we need to tell it what to do now. Like, we need to tell it what to do. So I'm gonna write based on this. And we're gonna just start, I'm gonna keep building on this. So based on this, we're just gonna start with our Canva, what we need. Tell me which font combinations in Canva would portray my brand best. And the color and maybe color scheme options fit my brand. Now, we're just gonna ask it this right now because then we're gonna come back and have it do your bios and your posts. So now that it'll know this, because making sure, wait, before you guys, I mean, you can copy and paste it. This is the value of being logged in. Don't talk to it not logged in, it just doesn't remember anything. So you did this all for one time, right? Versus now it knows me forever and will make it based on this. Right?
Where are you saying that?
Oh, just I'm logged in, right? You should be able to sign.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because if you don't log in, because I know it's creepy, it remembers you, but I mean,
We've sold our souls.
okay, thank you. That's what we're.
That's how I feel like, okay.
For productivity. Okay. So, and now it's gonna give it back. Yours will be different than mine slightly, right? You can read through. It now is gonna give you your brand identity snapshot, right? Your Canva combinations of fonts. So what we're gonna wanna do is read the fonts that it has, and that's actually my brand font, which is fun. Read the fonts and let's go into Canva and see which ones work for you, okay? You can also play with the colors, and of course you can come back to any of this later. But I do want you to read through it and kind of get comfortable with how you would play with the fonts. You can also tell it to act like a professional CMO, right? Corporate marketing officer, no, corporate marketing, yeah, anyway, and analyze which one of these is the best. So if you don't want options, sometimes I'm just like, I can't even, you pick as the best marketer in the whole world, right? And it will. Any questions as you're looking through that, please let me know.
You have to be patient because it takes so
Just
long
thinking.
that
I like that.
goes back to, I don't wanna age myself, but like the nineties.
Like dial up that.
That's what it feels like.
The good old days. Right, and so, there is, have you guys heard of color psychology, right? This is
Yeah.
why color matters in branding, right? And it's
Just give me an idea, you know how they do that color swap, they put it to your face to see, instead of paying someone to do it, you can put your picture
oh,
on.
that's really cute. And it'd be a good post too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right, it's considering color psychology, and you can always tell it to give it back to me, considering more color psychology. Things like, okay, McDonald's, what are their colors?
Yellow
Right.
and red. Yeah.
Right, because red increases urgency and fastness, like the drive-through, increases hunger, and yellow is happiness, right? It actually, that's why like a lot of schools are painted yellow walls inside and things like that. So it does matter what colors you pick for your brand. And in my opinion, it does matter that it's not just red and black. Because everyone's is red and black. The point is to not be saturated. So I'll get the question, okay, do you guys know PJ?
Yeah.
Do you know his brand color?
No.
It's green. So
Oh, yeah.
not my
That's the-
favorite of colors, but
Yeah.
it sticks out,
Yeah.
right? And green and wealth and prosperity, of course. So picking some, that's why I do like your navies, right? It has a classic feel. I feel something from it,
Okay.
right? Even if it's subconscious, we don't realize we're feeling these things, of course.
But it didn't tell me blue. Oh, it did say, okay, on another option it says slate blue. Trust and security.
That's fun. It's a Charlotte Citric Stability Palette. So smart. Okay, and read it through it for just a couple more seconds because I'm gonna have you guys build on it, and then you can come back to this with me in our next meeting too.
How many people do you have online?
But you'll see the color codes, right? As you can see on my screen. Again, I know it'll look different on your screen, but if you do, it should give you those color codes. Those are things that we can copy and paste right into Canva to get the exact color that it's talking about. And that's the color code if you ever got a sign printed. That's what you would give the sign people, and it would be the exact color to match. That's the color code. Hex code. So in order to test out the hex code or the color code in Canva, if you want to see that, of course, any of this you can ask ChatGPT, all the C's. Okay, all I do is I copy the code, right? And all I'm gonna do is go back now into Canva. Okay, click on the color I want to change. Okay, and I'll see that color reflected up here in this little circle. So then when I'm up here, I'll click on this little plus to add a new color, and I can see that code right here, right? Which I can just go ahead and paste in. And then it gives me the option to change all of them to that on there, right? And it changes that out.
Oh, it changes to.
And then, right, if now I can add my secondary color. I would recommend picking a secondary color, even if it's a lighter version of your primary color. It helps with like accents throughout the designs. You do not have to, just attempt. Okay. All right, guys, so I'm going to push us along here to creating the social media banner out of this, okay? Even if you're not done, which I'm sure you're not, you could work on this forever, right? But you can meet with me, right? I want to go ahead and get these items started, and then you can schedule with me and I'll help you do it, right? Now, to turn whatever email signature into matching social banners, you have this resize feature on the top of Canva. Super cool. Okay, because it needs to be a different size, annoyingly enough. So where it says resize, we'll go ahead and search in, let's say, I think it's called a Facebook cover. Yeah, so Facebook cover. I asked ChatGPT which of these sizings, because that's not very helpful. It said the top one, the 1640 by 924 pixels. And you just click, so you can resize this, and we're gonna do this for a social post, right? So we just click resize, search what shape you want it, select. If you're not sure, take a screenshot, give it to Gemini or ChatGPT, it'll tell you. Copy and resize. And I wouldn't say it does it perfectly, but it like usually have to mess with it slightly, but then I'll click on open Facebook cover. So it's gonna be a separate design here. So you can see the size that change. So typically I'll need to do things like pull things around, right? Just to make sure it's fully extended here. But it makes it super easy so I don't have to copy over things, right? That I can just click to resize, okay? We're gonna do that one more time and with a social post, okay? So that we can do a brand announcement as well, or an invitation to work with you, right? So if I type in Instagram, so I'm doing the same process now. And of course, you can rename your designs right here. But in resize, I'm going to go to Instagram post. I would recommend the 4x5. That's the new, like, longer format on Instagram. And we always want to do copy and resize. Okay, so it'll make a separate design in there, but shaped for now social media. So I'm going to click and open. And this one typically I have to work with the most because it's such a weird, a difference in shape, right? But this is where, and I can walk you guys through, moving things around. It's click and drag, right? Or if you click on an element, it gives you the ability to expand it, right? Ooh, one more thing for your headshot, right? I really like to cut myself out of headshot. So if you're in a circle, right, I would just need to detach the image. I know this is a little fast, guys, but I would need to detach the image if it's in a frame like this. Okay, so I right click and click detach image. Now to remove the background, I can click on it and then click on background remover. It'll remove my background to just make it a little cleaner for me to line myself up. I'm just gonna give you one trending next level tip here, okay? And if you also would like to add an outline around you, right? Because that's very trending right now.
Yeah.
You can click on, so if you click on the image, right, this all changes up top, whatever you're selecting, click on edit. Okay. So on the left-hand side, this is one of my favorite effects. And again, this is a little next level, but you'll see the shadows option. Okay, it would allow you to create a shadow behind you. But what's trending right now in social media are like headshots with a white outline around you. So if I select outline, okay, it'll default to the black outline, but I can scroll down and change it to whatever color. It gives a scrapbook feel, right, that you're layering over it. This is just something that's trending on social media right now. If you want to be able to do that, just a little next level tip. Okay. So again, resizing for these brand pieces would be your best friend on this, okay? But now, so you have obviously just the basics of these elements. So now what I would recommend for you guys to do is book with me, or work on it, but book with me and I'll help you finalize it and we can post it out together. So we can finish the implementation in a meeting, right? You just go to KWB resources and click marketing help and it's free to meet with me, right? But so what I want to do for the last 7 minutes of class here is get your bio going, okay? Because this is really important. So let's go back to Gemini, okay? So we're going back to Gemini. And so now there are a couple different places that you really would need a bio, right? Okay, on Instagram, right? Your bio is a couple lines. If you pull up your Instagram bio, I'd rather just do it. Right, we have a couple sentences and it's usually tailored in a way with emojis at the beginning, right? So it's not the bio that you would necessarily see in paragraphs on your website, which is important, and I'll show you how to create that, okay? But the bio, like on Instagram, see how the trending format is like emojis and one-liners, like who you are and one-liners, right? And so that's what we're gonna have it do now for Facebook and Instagram based on what we put in. So if you can, I'm not gonna log in, but if you want to go ahead and pull up your Instagram and your Facebook profiles, I'll work on logging in so I can show you where to put it, okay? But also we're gonna go back to Gemini to have it create, if you don't have a bio for your website, we're gonna have it create that and for Facebook and Instagram. So based on what you know about my business, create a biography. I don't think we told it our name, I guess it knows. For my website, optimized for search engines. Telling it doesn't automatically do strategies, so you typically need to tell it the strategy. Okay, so we want it optimized for search engines, okay? And a separate bio for Instagram and Facebook based on trending formats. Does anyone in here have a Google My Business page?
Yeah.
Awesome. In that case, and if you don't, I can guide you on that. The Google My Business page literally puts your business on the map, so we should have that. But if you do have that also, and a Google My Business page description. I'm going to do optimized for each platform. Okay. So now what we're gonna do. Okay, yeah, if it didn't put your name in it, just say, okay, now give this back to me with my name in it, right? Copy and pasteable. Okay. Your goal, what I would recommend doing is copying and pasting this into, Google Drive or wherever you have a Word document. Play with it. If it sounds great, okay, this is what you're gonna do with your bio. And I can always help you guys implement this. The bio for the website, you're gonna send to Scott Leroy Marketing. Okay. So I'll put that in the chat. It's support at Scott Leroy Marketing. They put it all throughout your KW technology for free, anything they do. So bio for the website, send it to Scott Leroy Marketing. They'll do it for you. Instagram bio, right? And Facebook bio based on trending formats, right? This is where I would want to copy and paste this into my Facebook, right? Or my Instagram bio. And do you guys know where to do that? You would go to your profile and click edit next to the bio. I can show you guys that in more detail if you need. Let me know. Okay. But we want the bio here. I don't know about this about section for Facebook though. Again, yours is always different, right? But you can always play with it as well. Tell it to give it back to me with more alliteration. Give it back to me sounding more human, right? Having it, one more tip, having it give you a strong call to action is another great thing to do. Okay, so your action items here would be send the bio to Scott Leroy Marketing. They put a default bio on your website that does nothing for search engines. This really does help, and they put it on your referral profile for other agents to see it across the country who want to refer to you. Okay, copying and pasting your Facebook and Instagram bio and your Google My Business bio. And I can help you guys with that. If you just want to more dog ear that and book with me, we'll do it together. Okay. Last thing I would encourage you to do here, this one's a little next level, is now give this to me as a video script. With a strong hook and call to action, with the goal of conveying to my sphere or to my audience, to my friends, how I can help them with their real estate goals in 2026, right? You can take it, tell it how long to make it under a minute. And highlight how I can help. Sorry, I'm struggling with words, but in an unparalleled way compared to other agents, is what I'm trying to say, but that's, I can have an unparalleled way. So the two I usually like to do with this is a video script and have it make your elevator pitch too, right? Because the elevator pitch Meaning, yeah, if you're stuck in an elevator, what do you do?
Mhm.
Something more than I sell real estate, right? Like everyone sells
Mhm.
real estate. Being able to say eloquently that part that sets you apart, that you help family, you're passionate about helping families find South Charlotte the way that your family did. Let's say, right? Like,
Yeah.
so that next level, that's where I have it make it for me. And it really does a good job. So now it'll give you back a video script. You can tell it how to tweak it. Okay. I can give you recommendations on how to execute this, right? So as far as remembering a script, well, first thing, if you have it, and just, it doesn't have to be something crazy, right? Like you'll see like professional videos done and those cost $500 for a reel, okay? You having your phone like this is called a friendly on social media and it feels like we're having a face-to-face conversation. So a little more casual does really well. So if you just had your computer right in front of you with the script, right, and your phone right here, my favorite thing that the iPhone does now is pauses the recording. Have you guys seen that?
No.
It's very helpful. TikTok does it too, like the platforms do it.
TikTok I knew, but not.
Yeah, this is new. So on video, so if you were going to start, let's say doing a video, whatever you say, now there's that pause button right here. See that's, yeah. So then I can look
Oh.
back at my script, look and remember, let's say 2 sentences, I can handle that,
Yeah.
right? Come back and click that red button again to say the 2 sentences and then pause it, look at my script and keep going, right? So there's more minimal edits between at that point.
Oh, that's great.
Right? So that's one of the best things for your videos. I'd be happy to, I do have a video class, but if you want to meet with me, video is really all the rage because it gets in front of more people than just your friends. I can give you tips on how to do that in a doable way though. Not spending $500, not spending 7 hours editing, right? What's the doable way that's effective? So meet with me, I'll guide you guys more on that. But obviously now that ChatGPT knows these things about you, right? You can tell it, give me 4 videos that might go viral, based on my passion in South Charlotte. Right. The best thing you can do is there's a million things opening in the Valentine Bowl. Go take 3-second clips. Right. If you took, I know we don't like our face in it that much, but if it went like this, you facing the camera, 3 cool things opening in the Valentine Bowl. That's it. Right. Then you just take 3-second pans of those things, bada boom, bada bang. You're golden. Like that would be the best video you can make right there. And your face is in it. So I can help you implement that, all right? But using Gemini to do that now that it knows you is really important. Let's give it one more thing here, asking it to create your elevator pitch. Okay, and then we'll be done for today, and I'll tell you what I would recommend, how to consolidate all of this. Give me an elevator pitch that highlights the value I provide in real estate, let's say. If it doesn't know your name, you might want to tell it.
That could be a video too, right?
That could be a video, that whole thing, right? You don't even need, and I sometimes don't like how it gives it to me in scripts, like it's just a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
So this, right, the elevator pitch, 30 seconds, this would be awesome. Because I know it feels like even if you've posted one time about your business, not everyone knows you're in real estate in your friends because the algorithm is very interest based now. That's why when you get on, it shows you things of kittens and clothes or whatever you're interested in, and not your friends, right?
Yeah.
It's annoying. So the more that you are able to push out different things like this, the better. And I can help you with that. So who thinks they can create a video based on their elevator pitch?
Yeah. I mean, it's just doing this.
Who's really excited to make, And even if you give it a go and make it and then come in and I'll help you edit it, right? It's free for you to meet with me. Mark's never pays for it. So like I can help you implement these things. That's all I'm saying. Lastly, all of these brand things, right? They stay in here. So you could pin this, right? So like this whole chat so that you always have your brand in Gemini to always come back. This is what I do so that I have, it knows now my brand, let's say. So I can go ahead and rename that project as my brand and it'll stay at the top. So now anytime I want to do something on social media, based on what you know, tell me 3 posts I should post on social media this week. Now give me an image that I should post, right? It can make the image. So if you're like, I don't have an image to put with this, it'll make it.
And yeah, how do you get my stuff there? What you have right there, it says my stuff.
Oh,
'cause don't see
I was
that.
trying to get to make pictures of me and Joel.
And they just created that folder.
Yeah, this must be
Okay.
like images I've made before.
Okay, cool.
See, like, oh,
She's
she
floating.
has no legs.
Yeah.
Like, so this is how we're doing.
Oh,
Yeah. No legs. So when I say it's
They're
better,
like, sister, I love you, but.
Gemini's better than ChatGPT at images, but not great, apparently. Like it did so close, you know, at least it looks like us. Anyway, yes, that's what's here. So I would recommend pinning that. And if there's anything you want to use, of course you can copy and paste it to like Google Drive, right? You can a Word doc in there and I can help you implement any of that further with you. Questions on all that?
And so the
Cool
video
stuff.
class?
Cool. Yay.
When is the video class?
You know, really great question. And just a reminder, right? You can book with us for free right here. KWB Resources, Marketing Help. You can book every 2 weeks for free. So you can jump on our calendar for every other week if you want to. Next week I know is listing marketing. I'll show you how to do that with the KW Canva because you can pull in the listing photos, which we might have already done. Then we got email marketing, and I'll post out when it is.
Okay.
You're asking the video marketing, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because we're holidaying it up here soon. Wow. I don't know. No, we'll redo that one. I'll try to make it early in January. Okay, so or you just can pick the day, honestly. Yeah, I'll probably try to make it like the second week of January to
Okay.
let people get back in and everything. But I'll confirm. I'll try to shoot you an email.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, because making video doable is a whole nother conversation.
Oh, yes.
Because yeah, people do that for their whole job.
I love to make videos.
You like to make videos?
Yeah.
Oh, you
Excellent.
Yeah.
And then.
Listen, let's go.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh.
Just the thing is, I hate to read the scripts, and I know that's great, you know. I'm just a little bit stubborn, you know, maybe because I'm only one child and I think I'm the best. I love the freestyle. Just let's go, let's improvise, you know.
Yeah.
But I know I should took more guidance, you know,
always
in my
use-
wildness.
I don't always use it. The hook I will always get from there, right? Because that's the most
Oh,
important
you asked
thing.
for the hook.
Because the first 2 to 3 seconds is all
The
you
most
got.
important.
Yeah. And most people start with, hi, I am this person. Now, if the goal is get in front of your
Nice.
sphere and tell them hi, that's one thing. But usually it's, here's 2 to 3, here's 3 things you shouldn't do when
Yeah.
telling your home this.
And I think that on videos of people that are always there, the same thing, it starts the same way. It's like, you know, I don't.
They're
need
trying to
do that
reuse
again.
the hooks
Yeah.
going viral.
Yeah.
Yep, you get
Yeah.
it. What language do you speak?
I'm Polish.
Okay.
Thank you, Lena.
Thank you. It was good to see you. I mean, of course, some of the top agents in our office niche out on their language.
I would say majority of my deals since I started, that was Polish
How long
community.
have you been in the business?
Exactly 2 years.
Oh, okay.
Exactly 2
Have you
years.
been here?
4 now.
Oh, okay. So you're new to KW Valentine.
Yeah, like maybe 5 days.
Oh, okay. That makes sense why we haven't met yet. Okay. It's all making sense now. So do you usually work with the Polish community?
Like majority, like I didn't close it crazy. I closed 10 transactions, you know.
Awesome. In your first 2 years?
Mhm.
That's really good.
You
I
know.
mean, have you seen if you get one listing, you're in the top 10%?
No, I heard like, you know, like statistically I'm doing better than 70% of the entire industry. I'm like, what?
I know, right? Right?
Yeah.
Impressive.
Exactly. So majority like the people relocating from Jersey, New York, Florida, but Polish people, you know. Some other deals,
I would
but I
love,
would say like 6-ish Polish and 4 was other like.
I have lots of ideas on how you can get in front of that community more, like even more consistently on social media and in New York, New Jersey. If you ever want to meet with us, obviously I'd love to.
No, I love it. Listen, I love to collaborate. I love to
Okay,
like
great.
even like I said, I think I know everything. I know I don't. So I'd like to. That was the whole point. Me to signing with the you know KWP
Right.
because of the resources, access to the smarter people than I am. You
Yeah,
know,
right.
you know what I'm
You
saying?
specialize in that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Whoever spends 12 years doing the marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, I'm happy to.
Um,
I would love to collab. 'Cause-
Listen, it's too nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Definitely
me
gonna
too.
collab.
Tell me your name one more time.
Dominic.
Dominic. Okay, Leah.
Yeah.
And then I work with my sister Joel. So
Mhm.
together we're
Like,
Leah.
I hear about you guys, but I'm like,
Yeah, and then Joel's is always virtual. So anyway, yeah, feel free to jump on my schedule. If you're around in person, like
I prefer in person.
Okay, good.
Like the Zooms like threw me off, and
Yeah.
after 10 minutes I'm on the Instagram.
Right,
You know what I mean?
exactly, yeah, not focusing, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, book an in-person one, and yeah, I'd be happy to
Will do.
brainstorm together.
Awesome.
Great.
Thank you.
Time.
Likewise.